Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Jay Cartere, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing The Walking Dead issue 162 and explaining the ending and that sort of stuff. Now, I read through The Walking Dead issue 1 to 161 when the mid-season finale of season 7 of The Walking Dead came out. I watched that and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Maybe I should go back and read the comic book so I can, see what's gonna happen and whatnot. I read through it and sure as shit, it was fucking great. Now I'm at issue 162 and I wanna start talking about these issues and stuff with you guys. If you haven't read the comic series, then definitely go and do it, because this will spoil a lot of stuff. And yeah, let's get into it. So the way it starts out is Negan buries Lucille while he's paying his respects, Dwight tells him that they'll leave him behind, which is fucking hilarious. Like when he's like burying the bat and stuff, that I felt for him. I felt for Negan because I liked Lucille also. Well, I liked Negan and I liked his relationship with Lucille. And when Lucille broke and he was like, no, I felt it. I felt it so much because, first of all, he was using his bat to beat down this Omega. No, his name's Beta. I keep calling him Omega. He was using his bat to beat down Beta, and I think he gave him like a tooth wax or something, and then it just broke apart. Like, he definitely didn't give him the whack that he needed to give him in the right place. And when Dwight threw that bat over and Negan had that smile, oh my god, that was like the most epic scene ever. But yeah, Negan's burying Lucille, he pays his respects and whatnot. It's a very hilarious scene. Like, anything with Negan in there generally adds a little lightheartedness to the show, to the comic, my bad. And yeah, that happens, and then the Kingdom's reinforcements arrive at the hilltop. Maggie tells William that she intends to rebuild the hilltop, so hopefully, that will happen. I don't know if that's even a possibility after what happens in this episode, but we'll get to that later. Carl and Lydia bond over their murderous past. Now, I really was not a fan of Carl and Lydia's relationship in the beginning. I just felt like it was so dumb for Carl to go after this girl and really, he just loves talking to prisoners. Like, anytime Rick and the gang, they take a prisoner, Carl's there talking to the prisoner. When they took Jesus prisoner, Carl was there talking to him. When they took Negan prisoner, Carl's there talking to him. Then they take this girl prisoner, Carl's there talking to her, giving him his hat and stuff. Like, what the fuck, Carl, man? Don't you understand that these guys who are taken prisoner should be, left by themselves? You shouldn't be going around trying to conversate with them because they're suspicious bastards. Like, leave it alone, Carl. But it seems like their relationship it's come full circle and is come to a point where I'm accepting it. It's an interesting dynamic. It was interesting that Lydia left her family and whatnot to be with Carl to have a better life and that, and it's interesting that Carl really wants to help her and whatnot and wants to be with her. And she did break his virginity, so he ain't never had no naan before this, so he finally got a taste of the naan. It was like, jeez, man, I for grab this, man, I for keep this, can't let this run away. When she was running away, it was like, fuck that, bruv, fuck that, I'm getting that naan, getting it, ran after her, risking like the lives of all these people, got all them people killed that got killed. Like, Carl made some shitty decisions. But I kind of like the Lydia and Carl relationship now because it's got a bit of depth to it, because Lydia was part of the Whisperers and, she brings that information to them, like the information that they wouldn't have been getting if Lydia wasn't there. So she is kind of useful. But yeah, they bond over their murderous past. Beta is seen still injured, but hell-bent on moving forward with his plan, and I kind of had an inkling of what he was going to do. But we won't reveal everything yet. And then Rick confides in Andrea about him maybe becoming soft after all this time behind the walls of Alexandria, which I believe Rick is fucking soft. Like, before this whole 2 years time gap happened, like Rick was out here with one arm taking on Negan and getting fucking involved. And then Negan, like, I think he break his leg, or he done something to his leg. He fucked up Rick's leg, which I didn't know it was gonna fucking carry over into 2 years later. I'm really disappointed in the fact that happened, because like Rick was a total badass before that. Like, he was still operating with his one hand, and he was still going out there and getting shit done. But now with his bad leg, like his bum knee, his one hand, he just seems like, you know, he's not really match fit. He's not really combat ready. And I don't like Rick like that. I like him to be that guy that's down to, you know, deal with business. I hope they don't do that to him on the show. But yeah, I believe he is getting soft after all this time behind the walls, and I believe, yeah, most people would after all that time of peace. What, you're not really gonna be, you know, at the same awareness level that he was before, when he was dealing with life and death every day. So that makes sense to me. Andrea reminds him that he fought off 2 guys that tried to kill him a couple of months ago, and he still got it, which is true. He did fight off those guys, and he did keep himself alive, but those guys weren't of the caliber of the people he was taking out before. Like, those were just some any guys. So I don't think that proves that he's not soft, to be honest. Rick seems upset at the way they talk about the death of people so nonchalantly, to which Andrea replies that this is the world now and there is no going back, and Rick doesn't seem too pleased at this realization. But I believe Andrea saying this is a really important quote for, you know, what's to come down the road. I think all this hope and niceness is very temporary, and it's not going to stay that way forever, which is unfortunate, because I really do want there to be a happy ending for these guys. They've been through so much shit. I really don't want them to go down the spiral of bullshit that they're going to go down, it seems. Eugene arrives at Alexandria with a buttload of ammunition, and he passes out from lack of sleep. Apparently he passed out from lack of sleep because, you know, he's been working on the bullets and shit. I don't know what Eugene's been doing with that radio. Remember, in the past few issues, he's been talking to some random person on the radio, giving them way too much details and information. I'm not happy about Eugene doing that. I thought Eugene was way smarter than that. But yeah, Rosita did die. At first I thought that he was talking to Rosita, but then eventually I think the person gave him her name and it wasn't Rosita. So I can understand, you know, he's mourning over Rosita, so he's kind of vulnerable now, but he's making really, really stupid decisions, giving them all that fucking information. So I'm hoping that doesn't come to bite them in the ass, but you know, this is The Walking Dead. It probably will, or maybe they'll find another group, like, because I think they have to find another group after the bullshit that goes down in this issue. So maybe that is another place they might go to. So that's a little interesting. Eugene expresses how he wanted to make a useful contribution to their defense, to which Rick points out that Eugene is the reason they have running water and electricity, and that he contributes plenty, which that is a plentiful amount of contribution, to be honest. Rick is definitely right there. Dwight and company return from their fight with the Whisperers. They seem to believe the fight is over, and trust me, it is not. It is not. The main characters, Michonne, Jesus, and the new character whose name escapes me, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, get a warm return, and Negan is in the corner and he's not giving the warm welcome he expects. Negan is fucking hilarious, man. Every time I see him just making his little quips, he's my favorite character. He's my favorite character. Even though, like, I fucking hated him in, was it All Out War arc. I really hated him there. I have a love-hate relationship with him. Now I like him way more. Now he's way more likable because he's on the side of our main characters. He's not the antagonist anymore, and he does, you know, his psychotic bullshit stuff, but it's for us. It's for us. Like when he killed, who was it, Alpha, like he done it for us. So I respect it. Gotta put some respect on Negan's name. And yeah, Rick gets a debriefing of the battle from Dwight. Dwight assures Rick that everything is over and done with. Dwight then informs Rick that they dealt with hundreds of walkers, which alarms Rick because he saw herds of thousands when he went to get Carl. He lets Dwight know that their fight is far from over. And look at this shot of all the walkers. Fucking amazing. Fuck. Just being Negan, yeah? Negan shout out. The Whisperers stare the herd towards what I assume is Alexandria, and Beta declares that the war is over and the dead will finish what they have started. Now, when I saw that this was episode 6 of 6 of the Whisperer War, I thought it would have, you know, a proper finish, basically. It would, you know, end, like one of the sides would be taken out and we would go forward in the next issue. But no, that is not what happened. Instead, what has happened is Beta and his guys are like, you know what, we don't have to do anything anymore. They basically steered the herd towards Rick and them, and they're like, okay, the dead will deal with this. Our war's over. Let's get packing, bruv. I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't know what they're gonna do now. That's gonna be interesting to see if we still follow them in upcoming issues. I think we kind of need a resolution to the Whisperers, and that because we still don't know who Beta is, and they seem to have been building up this mystique around his face and his face reveal. So maybe that will be something interesting that's revealed in the near future, or maybe it was just a red herring to just be like, okay, he's got a face, he's someone with a face, but he doesn't want anyone to see it, and that's just his character, and maybe we'll never see the Whisperers again. But I highly doubt it. I think we need like a real conclusive ending to this war, but this is what we've got for the moment, and it is issue 6 of 6. I don't know if they're going to do issue 1 of 7 for something else next issue, or if they're just going to continue what's going on. But Rick and the gang have a big problem to deal with, to say the least. We know that they are adept at killing zombies. I mean, they haven't been much of a threat since just before Negan was introduced, but fighting thousands of them is a feat that I doubt Rick and the gang can accomplish. Rick himself says that it may not be possible. I think there are 2 ways that this can turn out. Rick can attempt to divert the herd using cowboy tactics like they've done before, or they can all haul ass to the kingdom or the sanctuary. Both of these settlements are less than welcoming though. I doubt the kingdom would be happy with taking Rick's people in, and the saviors are trying to fuck Rick over anyway, but maybe Rick can use Negan to control them. Maybe that might work out. I think the most likely outcome is that Rick first tries to divert the herd, that fails and results in a few casualties, and then they flee to the kingdom. It seems that after a few issues of relative happiness and hope, it's back down the spiral into despair and death once again. And I think Andrea's comments in this issue about this being the world that they live in definitely reinforce the fact that there is no happy future. So I've got a few questions for you guys that I want you to answer in the comment section below so we can get this discussion popping. What do you think Rick and company are going to do? Who do you think Beta is under his mask? Do you think there is any hope in the world of The Walking Dead for our characters? And who is your favorite character? Let me know in the comment section below. Please hit that like button if you like this video. Also, be sure to subscribe as I'll be putting out loads more Walking Dead comic reviews. And if you want to check out the rest of my Walking Dead comic reviews, they'll be on the playlist on the screen. This is obviously the first one, so there'll be no more in the playlist until after a month or something. But I will be reviewing these comics because I really enjoy them, and these seem quite short. They're kind of shorter than the Attack on Titan comics, so it's probably easier for me to review these. And I'm having loads of fun recording this video. Like, I really fucking like The Walking Dead, so it's really enjoyable for me to do this. So I hope you guys like it as much as I'm liking it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.